The Jackson County Board of Commissioners is releasing an independent report on the county's response to the last September's wildfires. Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Brian Morton. Newswatch 12's Adam Shooms joins us now. He's been breaking down what's in that report. Adam?
Yeah, Brian, good evening. That day in September is a day many of us will never forget. I'm here at the Coleman Creek Estates, and back here in September, I stood from you where this place was complete ash and debris. And if you can look behind me, you can see progress has been made. And that is exactly what the Jackson County Board of Commissioners wants to do after receiving this initial report from the independent review today. They take this report and learn how they can improve as a county, how they can improve the county's response. As we saw, the Almeda fire and the South Obenchain fires is something this county has never seen before. So this initial report was released today. It focused on the first 10 days of the fire for the Almeda and South Obenchain, and to the two small fires you may remember in Central Port that started around that same time period. So the report shows the citizen hotline was activated about 1:25, more than 3 hours after the initial call of the fire. Newswatch 12's Tyler Ridgel will get into that in just a moment. Some of the strengths include in this report the rapid response from agencies around the counties, the temporary evacuation staff at the expo. Those were people at the Jackson County Expo who were able to get shelter for those who were displaced by the fire. Areas for improvement released in that report, as you can see there on your screen: emergency management staff, situational awareness, coordination between counties and cities. One of the recommendations is for the county to create countywide evacuation teams, as well as having exercises to make sure everyone is prepared.
And they came out with some very good recommendations for us. They analyzed, what was done right, which there was a lot done right in their opinion, thankfully, and what could be improved upon. And that's what we were hoping that would come from this after action report.
I spoke to DYER about 25 minutes after that report was released. He said he's very proud of the response the entire county gave as a whole. He said obviously there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. He said they're going to start making the necessary adjustments as the counties and other agencies meet together. They're going to do that as soon as possible. DYER, once I got done interviewing DYER, said he's going to look over the report himself and meet with the other county board of commissioners to see how they can improve moving forward. Now, coming up tonight when you join us for Newswatch 12 at 6, I'll take you back with Rick DYER, what he remembers about September 8th and all the lives that he saved and just how bad that day could have been. But for now, we're live in Phoenix tonight. I'm Adam Shooms at Newswatch 12.
We're also following how evacuations and emergency alerts were carried out during recent fires. Newswatch 12's Tyler Ridgel joins us now. Tyler, can you explain the results of the emergency alert system for those evacuations and what you've determined?
Yes, Brian, the goal of the emergency alert system is to let Jackson County residents know that there is danger nearby. But if people don't sign up for text alerts, they might be getting notified another way. For example, Jackson County firefighters just showing up where fire is near you. During September's Almeda, South Obenchain, and Costco fires that swept through Jackson County, sheriffs and fire officials knocked on doors and assisted with evacuations. For some, it was the only way they'd gotten notified. The issue with the alerting system that was discussed in the after-action review were alerts being too broad, and there was not a detailed mapping on the device for people to look at. Given the chaos and challenges of incident levels as they were unfolding, it was understood by commissioners that understanding alerts was a challenge.
Some people that were alerted through different means. Some people received phone calls from family members and friends. There was a lot of people that were outside because they heard the sirens and they smelled the smoke. So there was a variety of ways that people kind of stated they were alerted. I couldn't say that there was one means over another that.
And Jimmy Johnson from Fire District 5 was one of many responders who stepped up to evacuate Jackson County residents when people in danger weren't yet out of harm's way. He said evacuations took a community effort regardless of the alerting system. Just stay tuned for Newswatch 12 at 6 as we continue to review those evacuation measures that took place last year. But for now, reporting live in Phoenix, Tyler Ridgel, Newswatch 12.
Included in that report was a section for primary areas for improvement and included 4 topics. One of those was communication between the city and county. People in Talent were being directed to use the Jackson County system, but the report states that in the early stages of the Almeda fire, this communication was not clear. Jamie McLeod-Skinner is now the interim city manager for Talent and says having feedback to create the report was difficult. That's because, like herself, a lot of people who are currently in those higher roles were not in those positions back on September 8th of 2020.
Also, the incredible news based on what I've learned is just the tremendous effort by staff, by former staff, by the community to really reach out and protect folks. There were also, there's a lot to be learned from this report.
She says through this report, there's an opportunity for the city to reflect back and to incorporate things like into our current systems.